5 mistakes to avoid when hosting a virtual summit. In this presentation, I'm going to teach you 5 mistakes common to virtual summit and how to avoid them. I need to mention that it takes a lot of hard work and effort to host a virtual summit. There are lots of things you need to put in place and organize. It is apparent you want the event to be a massive success, and you want your audience to have an enjoyable experience as well as create value for themselves. At least that's the whole point of a virtual summit. As much as you'll be dwelling on all it takes to achieve a hugely successful virtual summit, you must dwell on mistakes you need to avoid. These mistakes can make your virtual summit flop. Not to worry, I'll highlight them for you. Just pay attention. Mistake number 1. Avoid last-minute preparations. Timing is essential, and it applies to the virtual summit too. You need ample time to prepare your summit. There are various things to put in place and considerations to make. Organizing everything a week or two before your summit might be inimical. The recommendation is for you to start preparing for your summit 2 to 3 months before the D-Day. This way, you have enough room to fix everything that might skip your attention or tackle problems that might arise during preparation. For the actual setup, you can do this a week before the summit. You'll feel at ease with yourself when you've organized ahead of the summit. More so, your partners will have enough time on their hands to prepping. Mistake number 2. Never select sponsors that offer the same types of products or services. One of the best things that can happen to your virtual summit is finding numerous sponsors. You'll make enough revenue, and you won't run out of products and services to offer to your audience. On the other hand, it can be the worst thing too, especially when you select sponsors that offer similar products and services. It only means that your virtual summit will end up as a battlefield for competitors. You should avoid sponsors who are pitted against each other. Instead, you should select brands that complement each other. Think of your current sponsors and their offerings. Since you have a message you want to get across, select sponsors that resonate with such a message and do not antagonize each other. Mistake number 3. Not selecting the right platform. This is a common mistake that happens to many people hosting virtual summits. There are lots of online platforms that you can use to organize your virtual summits. However, not every platform is suitable for your platform. Worse still, it's difficult selecting the right one. To make the right selection, create a list of what you expect from a platform. The list contains every tool that would give you a seamless summit experience. Avoid opting for the cheapest platform or the one you see first. The perfect application for you will provide the essential support you need from the beginning of the summit to the end. Features like tracking tools will provide insights on what participants are up to. Mistake number 4. Avoid organizing lengthy sessions. Engaging conversations are nice. It's the best way to get an audience hooked. However, no matter how appealing a session is, you should not ignore the fact that the average human attention shortens every second. If you want to ensure that your participants enjoy and pay keen attention to sessions, you can limit your sessions to a maximum of 20 minutes each. On average, participants pay rapt attention to sessions between 10 and 20 minutes. The general worry is that 20 minutes might not be enough to convey enough information. You can include resources that participants can read later on. Mistake number 5. Avoid making unwelcome pitches. A virtual summit is one of the most effective ways to gain the attention of many. In situations like this, people often use it as an opportunity to pitch their products and services. If you do this, you might discourage many of the participants from continuing with your interactive sessions. People sign up for virtual meetings because they want to add more value to themselves. A sales pitch focuses more on you than your audience. It doesn't mean you shouldn't pitch at all. You can do it at the end of your sessions. As long as your sessions are engaging enough to make people stay till the end, they won't miss out on your pitch. So there you have it. Those are the 5 mistakes to avoid when hosting a virtual summit. In this video, I'll debunk 5 myths about launching a virtual summit. From all that I've seen and done, I am a firm believer in using a virtual summit to promote your business. A virtual summit can help you increase your email list, grow your community on social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, etc. Increase your earnings as well as enhance your visibility online. When I suggest virtual summits to many, they look at me with doubts in their mind. I understand that not many are familiar with how virtual summits work. Even worse, there are lots of falsehoods and misconceptions spread around on virtual summits. Therefore, I'd like to debunk 5 of those myths with the mindset that it'll change your mind. And as a business-oriented person, you'll employ the use of virtual summits to build your business. Myth 1. You have to be an accomplished business person before you can launch a virtual summit. The consensus is that you need to be a successful business owner before you can think of hosting a virtual summit. That is a wrong notion. Honestly, you don't have to boast of massive social media followers or an impressive email list before you decide to launch your virtual summit. Contrary to popular opinion, I am confident that a virtual summit is a perfect avenue for business owners who desire to be regarded as thought leaders in their industry. The main aim of launching a virtual summit is to give your business the major online facelift it deserves rapidly. Therefore, it makes no sense opting for different marketing strategies that will take years before they are useful. With a virtual summit, all you need is 90 days. Fact: you can launch a virtual summit even while growing your business. Myth 2. A virtual summit is only effective in selected niches. Another growing belief is that a virtual summit only works in niches like business to business, B2B. It is entirely incorrect. Over the years, I have seen business owners from other business spaces host virtual summits, and it became a game changer for their businesses. A virtual summit can work in any niche, including health and fitness, social media marketing, affiliate marketing, etc. It all depends on your strategies and the efforts you put into it. Even for the B2B space, if you set up a virtual meeting, but you do not have the right resources and personnel in place, it'll end up a massive flop. Fact: virtual summit is open to all niches. Myth 3. You have to be outspoken to launch a virtual summit successfully. People often believe that you have to be extroverted to host a virtual summit. I put it to you, that is inaccurate. A virtual summit is quite different from webinars, where you have to be energetic all the time because you don't want to lose the attention of your audience. Here, all you have to do is interview your guest speakers. It is meant to be natural for you because of the personal attachment. If you're the shy type who doesn't say a lot, it's okay. If you're always upbeat, that works too. Fact: anyone can launch a virtual summit. Myth 4. No influencer will want to appear on your virtual summit if you're not popular in your niche. People often think that influencers will mostly turn down your collaboration offer if you're not well known in your community. I find it laughable. For the host, audience, and speakers, it is a win-win situation. Your popularity as a host increases, your audience gain lots of insights, and can boast of learning new things. For the influencer, exposure is limitless. The goal is to gain more exposure, and appearing on a virtual summit is a perfect opportunity to do so. As long as your summit is professional and there's a guarantee of gaining exposure, an influencer will agree. Fact: influencers welcome the idea of gaining exposure. Myth 5. Virtual summits are quite expensive to launch. I have seen people complain that it is expensive to host a webinar. The truth is, it isn't. You don't need to have a fortune before you can launch a virtual summit. All you have to put in place are technology equipment and resources to ensure its success. Chances are you own this equipment already. Fact: launching a virtual summit is affordable. There are different ways you can make money from hosting a virtual summit, and I'll talk about 5 of them. If you have read lots of info on virtual summits, you would have come across All Access Pass. It is usually the best way to make money with a virtual summit, but it isn't the only way. There are different ways you can make money from hosting virtual summits. Not that it's the only reason for hosting the summit. However, earning revenue from your event should be a goal, and the result can help you determine if your virtual summit was a success or a flop. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy listening to this. 1. You can make money from All Access Pass. You can't only host a virtual summit without making a recording of the entire proceedings. The All Access Pass is the most significant way you can make money from your virtual summit. Your event is usually free for a limited period. However, as a host, you need to encourage your guests to own lifetime access to the event by purchasing an All Access Pass. It is a membership benefit that contains a video recording of the game. This way, they don't miss out on any information from your interviews. If your summit goes well, people won't hesitate to purchase the All Access Pass because of the numerous information it boasts of. You can increase the price during the summit, and at the end, people will nudge to buy it because of its value. 2. Get sponsorships. Sponsorships are a core aspect of every virtual summit. Big brands are always looking for ways to publicize their products and services. They understand that virtual summits usually draw large crowds. Therefore, it is an opinion they are willing to explore. You can submit proposals to brands you wish to sponsor your virtual summit. You need to let them know the benefits they stand to enjoy by sponsoring your summit. Sponsors provide money and resources for your virtual summit. In turn, you do sales pitching to your audience by telling them the products and services your sponsor offers. Sponsorships are good, but you have to be careful not to sign sponsors that provide the same thing. Instead, look out for sponsors with complementary products and services. 3. You can launch a new product or service. Traditionally, people would instead create an online course than host a virtual summit. I'd rather do the opposite. I'm not saying you shouldn't create an online course. Create your course, but don't launch it until you host your virtual summit. After the end of your summit, your email list must have increased, and you have more people to reach out to. It is the perfect opportunity to leverage your list and launch your online course. You can even tailor your virtual summit theme towards online courses you want to start. This way, it'll be easier for people to sign up for your course based on their previous experience. It doesn't have to be an online course. It can relate to other products or services. The same technique works for all. 4. You can explore the option of affiliate commissions. When you launch your virtual summit, there are various equipment and resources you need to make use of. Your external webcam and microphone are made by different companies who won't hesitate to make more sales. You can reach out to them and tell them that you're hosting an online event that boasts of thousands of attendees. Tell them that you can act as an affiliate partner for them, and upon every sale you make for them, you earn a commission. The strategy can also apply to the software you're going to use. Some of your attendees might also need the use of these software and hardware. You can make additional revenue this way. 5. You can offer coaching services too. Attendees who see the value you're creating might want to know more about a service or a VIP package you offer. If some of them contact you to find out more about your summit theme, consider them potential clients. You need to provide the right support for each person so that they'll be motivated to opt for your paid service later on. 5 ways to promote a virtual summit. What is a virtual summit without a large audience? Not being able to gather enough people to view and learn insights from your virtual summit defeats its purpose in every sense. It is why you need to do an aggressive promotion of your upcoming event. These ways are tested and trusted. It is why I'm recommending them to you. 1. Social media. There is no better medium to share content and network with people than social media. Statistically, there are over 3 billion active social media users. It only further accentuates my point that social media is the perfect way to promote your virtual summit. How then can you leverage social media to promote your virtual summit? Follow me. The first thing you need to note is that different social media exist. As much as any of them will suit your purpose, I'll rather dwell on the more effective ones. The first one is Facebook. There are over 2 billion Facebook users, and that makes it the world's most popular social media site. Many of you operate personal Facebook accounts. It's time to use your account to promote your virtual summit. For your summit, you do not have any geographical restrictions. That means that you can reach out to anybody, anywhere in the world. I guess you have a personal page. Therefore, you can post your upcoming summit on your feed. Include salient info on the summit and add a link for interested parties to register. Your Facebook friends will see your post and can register for the event. Also, you might belong to different Facebook groups. Some of these groups have large members. If you belong to such, post the summit's information on the group. Members will be able to see the post and act accordingly. The second social media is Instagram. It is a photo and video app. The general opinion is that a picture conveys more messages than 1,000 words. Therefore, you need to take advantage of Instagram. You can upload infographics that provide adequate information on your virtual summit. I need to mention Twitter too. It is a microblogging platform that's best for interaction. You can continuously tweet on your virtual summit. Your followers can retweet or like, and other users who aren't even following you can see your posts. LinkedIn is worthy of mention too. It is the social network for career people. It supports text, photos, and videos also. Take full advantage of it as well. I need to mention that all of them support promoted posts. You can reach a wider audience with promotion. 2. Write blog posts. People read blog posts. It's why you need to explore the option. Ensure your posts resonate with what your upcoming summit shall offer. Also, make it as engaging as possible. People get bored quickly. You can create a theme on the problems your summit seeks to provide solutions for. After that, create a list of topics and write on them. If you don't own a blog, don't worry. You can guest post. Some blogs allow other people to post articles on them. You can explore that option. 3. Sponsor a podcast. More people have started listening to podcasts. Imagine thousands of people listening to a popular podcast that advertises your upcoming virtual summit. A podcast host usually advertises products and services during and at the end of a podcast. This way, more people can get to know about your virtual summit. The podcast also contains mediums to reach you. 4. Post on online forums. Online forums used to be the best way to connect with people before the advent of social media. It doesn't mean there aren't many people on these forums again. You can start a thread under appropriate categories and post your upcoming summit. You can even post them in the comments section. 5. Use affiliate marketing. Have you ever clicked on a shorthand URL that redirects you to another page? That's mostly affiliate marketing. And affiliate marketing creates clickbait, which makes an unsuspecting user click on a link. It will direct the surfer to your page. If it's engaging enough, there's no going back. In this presentation, I'll give you 7 reasons why you should launch a virtual summit before an online course. The craze for setting up online courses is baffling. Most times, it's usually done for people to make more revenue while imparting knowledge in others. However, I have questioned people who have online courses about the ease of setting it up. The usual response is that creating an online course isn't very easy, demanding, and expensive. With the information I've gotten from various experts, I compare and contrast a virtual summit and an online course. I have concluded that it is more accessible and more beneficial for people to launch virtual summits than creating online courses. Not to worry, I will tell you why I think my conclusion is legit. Reason 1. You grow and make money simultaneously with a virtual summit. What many people don't realize is that for you to make lots of revenue, you need an audience for your products or services. It's why many people often fail when they create online courses. If you decide to launch an online course without much influence, you're poised to fail. On the other hand, Launching a virtual summit helps your email list grow while you rake in income with a premium offering. You don't have to wait for a long time before you start making money. Reason 2. Creating content is more comfortable in a virtual summit. For content creators setting up an online course, they record most of the contents themselves. There are a few occasions where they interview guests. Worse still, they need to have an in-depth knowledge of the contents they want to churn out. For a virtual summit, you don't need to go through all the stress of reading wide and gaining enough knowledge. A bulk of the learning process falls on the guest. You just have to ask questions while they provide answers. Reason 3. Online course is time-consuming. Imagine the time you'll spend reading articles, journals, books, or online resources just to ensure you sound authoritative on your online course. Similarly, you'll need time shooting professional videos. If there's a mistake somewhere, you'll have to start again. You cannot afford to make mistakes. You'll discover that you might spend months doing all this. You don't have to go through all those hassles launching a virtual summit. All that is required of you is to put equipment and resources in place, as well as find suitable speakers. Reason 4. Promotion is easier with a virtual summit. While promoting your virtual summit, the speakers you have collaborated with are most likely influencers, and they can help you advertise your event on their social media pages. This way, you gain lots of audience and traction. It isn't that easy with an online course. You're likely alone, and the onus is on you to do everything yourself. Also, collaborating with affiliates in the same niche might be difficult, especially when they're busy promoting their products and services. Reason 5. Setting up an online course is more expensive. There are lots of things you need to put in place to ensure your online course is a success. You need to gather lots of educational resources. There are books to buy, online journals to subscribe to, as well as equipment to purchase. An online course is merely capital intensive. You don't have to spend a fortune setting up a virtual summit. The hardware you'll use is mostly affordable, and software is readily available online with affordable pricing too. Reason 6. You can set yourself up for a successful online course sale with a virtual summit. You are creating value for people who are willing to learn new insights. I mentioned before that you could do sales pitch at the end of your virtual summit. If you have an online course, you can pitch it. This way, you can record massive success from sales of your online course. Reason 7. Visibility from a successful virtual summit opens doors to other opportunities. With a successful virtual summit, you'll grow a vast network of people. It also gives you opportunities to position yourself strategically. You can be a guest speaker on other people's shows or podcasts. With these opportunities, you can rake in more income. 7 steps to launching your virtual summit. In this presentation, you'll learn more about different steps you can take to launch your virtual summit. As a business person, it is natural to want to increase your email subscribers, enlarge your online community, make more money, and increase your network reach, especially in your niche. You want to be regarded as a thought leader in whatever you do. The best market strategy to take all the above into cognizance and ensure they happen is a virtual summit. A virtual summit is more or less an online conference. The host, who is usually the business owner, invites specialists for online interviews. The interview is made available for an audience to watch, listen, and gain insight from. With the enormous successes people boast of after hosting virtual summits, it is normal for you to want to replicate the same model. The question is, how? Step 1. Consider logistics. There are various logistics to consider when setting up a virtual summit. Why do you want to hold a summit? What time of the year do you want to hold your summit? Do you have a particular date in mind? Who is your target audience? For how long would you make your interview available for free before you monetize them? Knowing answers to these questions from the beginning will shape the outcome of your summit. Step 2. Choose a theme for your virtual summit. If the purpose of hosting your summit aligns with your product or service offering, the topic or theme must resonate with your business. Honestly, there are only limited topics that should make sense to you. While brainstorming on the topic to choose, you should think of the following: the problems you're hoping to tackle with your virtual summit, what exactly you want to teach your audience, the skills you want to teach your audience, the lessons people can learn, and major talking points from your summit, the goals your summit helps you accomplish. It is beneficial for you to narrow your topic rather than discuss a broad area. For example, rather than consider leveraging social media for businesses, you can narrow it down to a topic like using influencer marketing for businesses. Step 3. Set feasible goals for your virtual summit. It's okay to aim high, but make it feasible. You need to set goals that are achievable and measurable. I need to tell you that setting goals can be tasking, especially the figures some of them require. To overcome challenges you might face, you can consult people who have hosted virtual summits before. The insights they share will help you determine your goals. Also, you need to consider some questions. Do you want to make a large revenue from your virtual summit? If you're going to make huge money from it, then you have to shape your plans towards making money. Do you want to generate leads for existing products or services? It means that you're going to pitch your products or services during or at the end of your virtual summit. How can your goals be measurable? Earlier, I mentioned that people want to increase email subscribers. You can set a target figure. At the end of the summit, success or failure depends on whether you were able to meet or surpass your target. Step 4. Choose your technology. There are different software that exist to host a virtual summit. You need to choose one that has all the tools you need to make your summit a success. Similarly, you'll need a speedy internet connection, webcam, payment processor, and the likes. Make sure you have them available before the D-Day. Step 5. Talk to potential guest speakers. Before the event, you need to talk to potential guest speakers. Your speakers have to be influencers who can attract a broad audience. You can entice them with collaborations. Step 6. Find sponsors. Getting sponsors for your virtual summit is a way to increase your revenue. Of course, your sponsors' products and services are to be offered to the public. You should make sure that your sponsors do not have similar products and services. Step 7. Promote and host your virtual summit. The best way to gain a large audience is by promoting. Therefore, promote your virtual summit by all means using social media, blogs, email marketing, etc. to promote your summit. After that, you're ready to host. In this presentation, I'll highlight 10 surefire tips that will help you launch your virtual summit. You might think knowing the steps to launching a virtual summit is enough. Until you launch your summit, you'll remain oblivious of some tricks you can employ to make your summit hassle-free. I'm confident that when you're done arming yourself with the knowledge, you'll be able to apply them on your first virtual summit. Tip 1. Think of your virtual summit as an avenue to build relationships and establish yourself as a thought leader. People often neglect the relationship aspect of the virtual summit and focus on marketing. They forget that the best way to market products and services is to create a relationship first. People often purchase goods and services based on existing relationships. Also, position yourself in such a way that your opinions would be considered weighty henceforth. Tip 2. Focus on promoting your event. There's a lot of work put into preparing for your virtual summit. You need to focus on promoting your event to attract a broad audience. You can't leave everything to your guests. You need to take it upon yourself to push your event to a wide audience. Tip 3. Select your speaker carefully. A factor that affects the success or failure of your virtual summit is the kind of speakers you select. It's one thing for them to be influencers. It's another thing for them to be perfect fits for the task. Your speaker has to be someone who can speak authoritatively on the theme of the virtual summit. A large following isn't the only factor you should consider. Tip 4. Be time conscious. Every aspect of your event depends on timing. You need to get your equipment and resources on time. Your guests need to accept your invitation at least 2 weeks before the summit date. Also, limit each session to a maximum of 20 minutes each. Tip 5. Engage every attendee and provide top-notch customer service. Your audience is perhaps the most crucial aspect of the summit. It's why you need to provide enough support that'll make them attend your summit. Reply to every mail you get. Respond to every comment on social media posts. And above all, be polite in all your dealings. A single negative comment can hamper your success. Tip 6. Ensure your speakers wholly confirm their invitation before you publicize their appearance. Before your speakers confirm their involvement, you must have exchanged several emails. Your speakers must check their schedule ahead of time and confirm their participation before you publicize it. It'll be disappointing if some of your speakers don't show up as agreed. Tip 7. Planning requires full attention. Before picking a date, ensure you don't have other engagements around that period. You need to tidy up other activities a week before your virtual summit. Your focus should be solely on your virtual summit. You need to avoid anything that will disturb you from paying full attention to the matter at hand. Tip 8. Create a solid plan. Virtual summits provide exciting opportunities for exposure and revenue generation. However, you need to have a solid plan in place to achieve tremendous success. Create achievable and measurable goals that you can follow through on. Also, you need to create deadlines and ensure you meet them. Furthermore, your promotional plan has to be top-notch. Tip 9. Respond to feedback in a professional manner. While your virtual summit is ongoing, comments from viewers will trickle in. A lot of them are going to be positive, and they'll leave broad smiles on your face. However, be prepared for criticism too. Not everyone will agree with you. You have to respond to every comment, regardless of the type of feedback you get. Make sure it is strictly professional and devoid of rude remarks. Tip 10. Leverage on your business growth after the summit. After the summit, you'll most likely have a more extensive email list and an expanded online community. You need to have a plan to leverage this growth. Don't drop your engagement level even after your increase. Be consistent with those emails. In this presentation, I'm going to show you some of the benefits your guest speakers can enjoy from featuring on your virtual summit. I understand the fact that it can be tasking trying to convince a speaker to attend your virtual summit. Many of them believe they're doing you a favor, and there's only little they can benefit from you. The truth is, that's entirely false. You cannot afford to have that sort of mentality because it holds no water. There are many benefits a speaker can enjoy for featuring on your virtual summit. Before I delve into them, I need to list challenges you'll likely face when you invite speakers, especially when you have no list. The biggest challenges you'll most likely face are: how to find the speakers for your summit, how to invite big-name speakers, how to get your speakers to accept your invitation when you don't have an existing relationship, and how to get your speakers to invite their lists even when you don't have one. All the hurdles listed must be overcome before you can convince your speakers. All you have to do is point out what's in it for them. It's natural for humans to act based on activities that are profitable for them. 1. They have access to a broader audience. Don't forget that apart from the advertisement you expect your speakers to do on your behalf, you must have put plans in place in regards to promotion. It means that people who might not even know your speakers will attend your virtual summit. Therefore, there's a guarantee that your speakers will get to meet more people. It's even better if some of the audience belongs to a complementary niche. It opens doors to a new market for the speaker. 2. Speakers can grow their email list. Let your speakers know that their email list can be increased through the virtual summit. Speakers do a bit of marketing for themselves during interviews. They mention their website links. If an audience finds them interesting enough, such an audience will log on to the website and subscribe to newsletters. That way, the email list grows. 3. Speaking enhances knowledge and confidence. The bulk of giving out information is on the speakers. Therefore, they need to be prepared for the summit. They read different articles and journals to enrich their knowledge. It gives them confidence while speaking to an audience. Even better, what they have learned becomes part of them for life. Many people will regard them as an authority in their niche, and their credibility rating increases. 4. They can make additional income. There are occasions when you offer to give your speakers money as a form of recompense. Also, speakers act as affiliates when promoting the virtual summit. They can make additional income through affiliate marketing. And that's not all. When you offer an all-access pass to people for the quality contents put together, you have to pay your speakers a form of commission. Even if there's no commission plan in place, speakers can upload the content on their website and monetize it. 5. It opens doors to more speaking opportunities. When you display your speaking prowess and convince others that you have a wealth of speaking, it opens doors to more speaking opportunities. Anyone organizing a speaking event would instead invite a tested and trusted speaker. If an attendee deems you worthy, he or she can ask you to speak in another function. 6. Your editorial calendar gets busy. The joy of every content creator is having a busy calendar. It is why the average content creator would instead write for blogs as a guest. A speaking event is a great way to fill an editorial calendar. Through the event, a speaker can get more opportunities for other speaking events. The calendar grows. 7. It is an opportunity to network. Influencers never reject opportunities to meet new people. A virtual summit is an opportunity to meet new people. Influencers see everyone as potential clients. Through the summit, they can intimate others on what they do and how they can help them. A virtual summit is a great way to reach out to others and increase network reach. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you what a virtual summit is. For people who want to generate leads and convert them into sales, a virtual summit is one of the best ways to do so. A virtual summit is an engaging and collaborative online event that involves interviewing speakers by a host who is usually the person that sets up the summit. In simpler terms, it is an event where typically 5 to more than 30 speakers discuss various aspects of a topic. It is open to anyone, experienced business owners and newbies. A well-attended virtual summit can have hundreds of people in attendance. These attendees learn different things and gain new insights from the interactive sessions with the speakers. Most of these speakers are usually influencers who are regarded as thought leaders in their niches. Therefore, virtual summit hosts take advantage of the opportunity to garner more audience and increase their email subscription list. This way, you can attract thousands of prospective clients to your offerings. Up next, why you should host a virtual summit. There are many reasons why you need to host a virtual summit. Here are some of them. Reason 1. It is the best way to build a massive email list. Often, people resort to traditional ways of building an email list, such as blogging, social media, paid ads, etc. Here I am telling you that none of them is as efficient as hosting a virtual summit. The most significant advantage is that all you need are 90 days. Plus, you get paid while building your list. The other methods take time. Take blogging, for example. You might spend years before you create a considerable email list. Reason 2. A virtual summit helps you gain publicity. I usually hammer home the point that new businesses should try virtual summits. You need all the publicity you can get. Even if your content is the best in the world, no one will acknowledge that if you don't have the right audience. A few collaborations with influencers is all you need to put your business on the map. Reason 3. It helps you build relationships. I would always reiterate the fact that people make purchasing decisions mostly based on relationships. When you have an existing relationship with someone, it'll be easier to patronize the person. The relationship you're building with influencers will open different doors for you. When you develop a close rapport with them, they support you with the kind of publicity you need. That way, other people won't hesitate to connect with you. There are different benefits individuals or businesses host virtual summits. I'll highlight some of those benefits. Lead generation. A virtual summit is a beneficial medium for generating leads. Here's why. You'll gain lots of traffic, a preview of product offerings, as well as make more sales. When people realize that many of the speakers are authorities in their field and have diverse opinions on an exciting topic, they'll be moved to join the conversation. What's more, each speaker can help you market your event consciously or unconsciously. Product development. Virtual summits are mostly free, at least on the slated date for the event. After that, you can convert them into products. Every discussion that has taken place is valuable, and it is remotely impossible for your audience to remember everything your speakers might have discussed during the virtual summit. Also, other people might not have tuned in during the virtual summit, but have heard from others how insightful it was. They'll be interested in learning too. Therefore, you can offer your audience an all-access pass. For some amount of money, they'll have access to a recorded version of the virtual summit for life. Individuals and companies that have just been established often use a virtual summit to make more income. It is because they're quite affordable to set up and boast of enormous revenues if the promotion is top-notch. All you have to do is make the knowledge of your speaker available to the general public, and your speakers entice their fans and followers to your online event. It doesn't matter if you're a newbie or you are established. You'll never go wrong with a virtual summit as long as there's proper planning in place.